Voilà, nous sommes en train de recevoir l'ISS qui est actuellement en train de survoler la planète et qui est en relation avec une école. On a commencé à entendre les premières phrases là à l'instant. Donc une fois, quand c'est le silence, en gros, c'est que nous avons les élèves au sol qui posent leurs questions. Et nous avons ensuite ce que nous allons entendre là en direct. Voilà. Voilà, nous avons la cosmonaute qui est en train de répondre. Alors, ça passe plutôt bien. Voilà.
I think everybody's a little bit afraid because it's something new they've never experienced before. But it was really exciting to feel the engines light and then finally take off for that 8.5-minute ride into low Earth orbit. Over.
Alors, il s'agit de KG5 et TMT. Voilà.
You know, it's a little difficult at first because you're not used to using your feet to hold on to things. You're very used to having your feet firmly planted on the ground and your hands do all the holding. But your body learns very quickly to adapt to space, and soon you begin to move around just like a monkey. Over.
Donc là, les enfants sont en train de poser leurs questions. Il s'agit des élèves de Chalais, en Dordogne. Voilà. C'est le collège de Thiviers. Donc c'est des élèves français qui posent leurs questions en anglais à notre astronaute.
Thankfully, no, there is no turbulence in the ISS, just like a plane. The ISS is really stable. Sometimes we can feel it when we do a reboost, but it's a very slight feeling. Most of the time, it is very still. Over.
Alors personnellement, quand je reçois la station spatiale, j'aime bien avoir...
Fixing things that need to be fixed and then bringing them back in, and the suits have a very certain smell after they come back in the airlock, almost like a burnt electrical smell, and we call that the smell of space. Over.
Voilà, donc j'aime bien avoir en visuel l'ISS ici. Voilà, c'est ce qui est vu de l'ISS là actuellement, la Terre vue de l'ISS, et puis le visuel avec Orbitron. Donc là j'ai mis le radar, l'affichage radar où on voit la trajectoire de l'ISS, comment elle va passer au-dessus de chez nous. Elle est ici. Et si on affiche la carte, on la voit sur la map monde, ce qui permet de la positionner géographiquement, de la visualiser plus facilement. Pour ça, il suffit déjà de prendre la bonne souris, voilà.
And I think you asked, have you seen a lot of aurora borealis? And the answer is yes, we actually do up here out that window in the cupola, and we see them on the south coast of Australia, and we saw a really nice view of the northern lights a few weeks ago. Over.
Donc voilà, on la visualise ici.
I think you can. We have a great deal of very good camera equipment up here with some 800 to 1600 millimeter lenses, and I think if we zoom down far enough, we can see them. They won't be terribly clear, but we can definitely tell where you are. Over.
Et voici la zone couverte par l'ISS là actuellement. Le petit rond blanc qu'on voit ici, la France.
I think it is possible. You know, the hard part with focusing in on a smaller area is how fast the ISS is moving. We're moving at 17,500 miles an hour, and so we travel very quickly over the Earth's surface. So we have to know exactly at the point at which we want to start shooting, but I think it is definitely possible. Over. So during our spare time, we look out the window a lot and end up calling our families. We can actually call cell phones from up here as long as we have satellite coverage. And so we call our families a lot and talk to them on the phone. We have movie nights up here on Saturday nights and enjoy that as a crew. Last night we actually had our movie night on a Sunday, but had a lot of fun. Over.
Alors pour réceptionner ce contact, un ICOM 275H qui trafique sur les bandes de VHF, actuellement sur la fréquence.
which sounds pretty funny, but it's a very complicated system, and there's a lot of parts in there that you don't want to leak out because it can contain some dangerous fluid, and so we're always very careful with all the tubes and hoses and electrical wires. But that's actually one of our most complicated things up here. Over.
Je disais donc qu'actuellement sa fréquence 145 MHz, 800 en FM.
I think the most fascinating task I've done up here so far is worked on some cancer therapy research where we were actually studying cancer cells and looking at chemotherapy on those cells because the cells like to grow in our bodies, of course, but they really like to grow in space very, very well. So it made it much easier for scientists to study them. Over.
Un groupement de 2 antennes de 13 éléments en polarisation
I think
horizontale.
it can be hard, but we do it for so long, we get into a nice routine, and then you realize that the days you don't work out, you actually miss it very much. But we do a lot of lifting of weights, a lot of interval training, a lot of aerobic activity. Over.
Alors bien évidemment, il n'y a pas le réglage en cycle, j'ai le réglage uniquement en azimut.
You know, most astronauts today about the same. They watch our weight pretty quickly. They watch how much we're eating so that we try and stay very stable because we want the Soyuz vehicle to be balanced on landing. That being said, some people do lose 5 to 6 pounds and some people gain 5 to 6 pounds or so. Over.
Donc le réglage en azimut permet de se régler à 360 degrés, mais pas sur le cycle.
Honestly, my best memory in space is looking out at the continent of Africa and watching as the thunderstorms roll across Africa at night. It's one of the most beautiful things you will ever see, and it's hard to describe what it's like to see thunderstorms on an entire continent. Over.
Donc il faudrait que l'antenne puisse monter ou descendre comme ça en site pour pouvoir vraiment suivre correctement la station. Mais le réglage en
I
azimut,
think the worst memory is just the first few days because you don't feel very good up here, and it's very neat to be on board the space station, but you don't feel great, and it's hard to get some things done, and you kind of feel lost for a couple days until you get your footing, and then things become easier and easier and easier every day. Over.
le réglage en azimut est suffisant pour suivre la station. Forcément, par moment, on a des petites pertes, c'est un peu moins
Absolutely,
bon.
that's probably the hardest part about being up here, is missing your friends and family. We do get to talk with them on the phone, but we only see them once a week, and it's still hard because you want to share things with them and share all the beautiful things that you see up here. And so you can send them some pictures, but it's not quite like being here. Over.
Mais globalement, comme vous le voyez, on a quand même un signal qui est très très
So
cohérent.
honestly, the way I'll answer that question is one of the neatest things I've seen up here is looking out the cupola, our window to the Earth, and watching other vehicles pull up, just like in a parking lot. And we had a SpaceX Dragon vehicle pull up just a couple days ago to park here on ISS. And it really makes you stop and reflect on how far we've come as a planet to living in space. That cargo vehicles come and go very easily to the space station. It's certainly not easy to do, but we make it look easy. And so to me, it's one of the neatest things I've seen up here. It kind of makes me dream about that a little bit. Over.
Il y a quand même l'aiguille qui est collée à droite, là, pratiquement en permanence, sans le préampli de réception. Donc voilà, ça suffit à recevoir très très correctement la station, sachant qu'une antenne verticale peut suffire. Mais enfin voilà, si on veut
I
couvrir
would
correctement
absolutely love to.
le
Last time I
contact,
was in France was in probably about 10 years ago, so I would love to come visit. Over.
si on veut couvrir correctement le contact, des antennes comme celle-ci suffisent amplement. Forcément, de temps en temps, on a des gens qui viennent trafiquer sur la fréquence au moment du contact.
Yeah, it was fantastic talking with everybody today from the International Space Station. Good luck with the rest of your school year.
Voilà, donc là, on n'est pas loin de perdre la station de visu. À partir du moment où elle sera plus visible, automatiquement, ça va être beaucoup plus compliqué de l'écouter. Mais je pense qu'on a eu l'ensemble du QSO, et c'était plutôt de très très bonne qualité. Voilà, donc un contact entre l'astronaute dont l'indicatif radio-amateur est KG5 TMT et le collège de Thiviers, sur la commune de Chalais en Dordogne. Voilà, alors KG5, si l'astronaute, on veut vraiment connaître son nom, hein, c'est pas compliqué, quand on n'a pas l'information, si on a l'indicatif, on va sur qrz.com par exemple, on tape KG5 TNT, et on découvre qu'il s'agit de Serena M. Onon Chancellor. Voilà qui était l'astronaute actuellement, enfin qui vient de réaliser le contact avec l'école, cette école de Dordogne. J'espère que ça vous a plu. Alors bien sûr, j'essaierai de vous mettre la traduction des questions et des réponses sur la vidéo.